is sort of stepping up to really owning their space and to really taking responsibility for their actions, but also for their role. We take an equal share in our family, how we raise the children, in how we spend our spare time. I will sometimes tell him now, why didn't you go upstairs, have some time for yourself? Because I can see you're tired. Because I always thought I had to choose between photography or coaching. Well, for the longest time, I thought I really had to make a decision. But now I feel like I can actually combine them because I bring in myself. Put your heart in the driver's seat rather than your head.
Hello everybody, welcome to SWOW series, the strongest women of world, a global talk show where we celebrate strength and achievements of women from all over the world. Women are achieving extraordinary feats in everything that they choose to pursue. It is time to bring such inspirational stories out in the world so that many more women and girls will choose to find their strength and achieve whatever they wish. Simply put, this show brings the best women in the world to inspire the rest of the women in the world. Bear in mind, this entire show is non-scripted, simply heart to heart. Today's guest is a master NLP practitioner, a systemic work and transactional analysis. She was a program coordinator guiding scientists at Leiden University in Netherlands for more than 12 years. She also coaches people to identify why you do what you do and regain your own strength. She is also an organizer of the International Mathematical Olympiad in Amsterdam and also Mathematical Congress Equidif in Leiden with 500 mathematicians from all over the world. She's also passionate about photography, who captures the most beautiful side of your personality and specialized in portrait photos. Help me to welcome Auke Plajer. How are you doing, Auke?
I'm really good. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm really excited.
And I just want to ask this, right? How are you able to actually get so many, how are you able to express so many things within your life? Be it photography, program coordinator, being a mother for three, how you're able to find or able to balance all these aspects of you in your life, Auke?
Good question. I guess I was born with a lot of energy. So I have a strong motor in myself that helps me to stay active and to have loads of energy to last the whole day. Yes, I'm a mother of three, so they keep me busy and they're such a mirror for me. So they inspire me to give the best and to also actually slow down sometimes, to take the time to cuddle with them and read bedtime stories and to really be in the now and to being present. And with photography and coaching and training, I can really combine what I love most, and that is to truly connect with others. And with photography, to sort of capture the other person's heart and soul in an image, which, I instantly see that image when I meet that other person. But to be able to capture that and show them what I've seen, that is so powerful and so satisfying for me to truly connect, and through coaching and through photography. So yeah, I guess it's so great that everything comes together, and that really helps with the energy.
I love it, the way you actually connected the energy, right? Let me ask this, right? Being a program coordinator in a Leiden University, what made you give up to follow your passion, right? It's definitely a big decision in your life, and especially being a mother of three, you might have so many responsibilities all around you already. So what kind of thought process made you to give up a senior position in the Leiden University?
Well, great question. It has taken a while for me to making that decision, because every time I would think, okay, I have this really nice position, which I really enjoyed. working with international scientists from all over the globe has been extremely, I was so grateful to being able to do what I do, and connecting with all these extremely passionate scientists from any place you can imagine, from any discipline you can imagine. It's been really, really nice. And at the same time, I felt this internal desire to follow my dreams. And I've been a photographer for 20 plus years, but I used to always do that as a side job. And as a side job, I went to Tony Robbins in London a few years ago. I followed NLP courses and then a master course last year. So I've been doing this personal growth path for the last few years. And then I just realized it's been 12 and a half years at Leiden University, for which I was extremely grateful. But time had come to follow my heart, and to make the decision to start my own business and to fully focus on that rather than keeping it as a side thing. So yes, after a lot of thinking and a lot of discussing with friends and my partner, I took the leap. And it is, it's only just started. It's only been a few weeks that I can fully commit to both my own business, but also to being more available as a mother. That also is really important to me and gives me great satisfaction to having to rush a bit less, to being able to be more in the now with both my children and also with all the dreams that I have. So yeah, I'm at a good place currently. Yeah.
This is really, really very important what you made this point, right? But majority of the time, the decision, like Tony Robbins says, right, you make the decision in the moment and then you create all the justification to say that it is true. So there must have been a million thoughts which must have come to you on giving up. But there must be one thought that must have really the point where you must have taken the decision, yeah, it's time to give up. Is there any single thought which made you to just jump from this side to the other side?
Well, it was the moment in the shower where like the water runs down your head, and where I remember it so clearly, and the words came to me, and I knew then what I was going to say the next day to my manager. So the words were, I want to work with you guys towards a separation. So that's what I literally said. And I gave them 4 months notice. So I really wanted to round off my work correctly, because I had given my all for all these years. I wanted to really find a suitable successor, and to sort of hand over my baby, because I had given so much. I wanted to really make sure that my successor was going to be someone that would step in my shoes, and we managed. So with a new successor and with some other new colleagues that I hired, because some others had left. So I really dedicated my time to hire not only my successor, but also to hire other new colleagues. So I felt I could leave. The Lawrence Center within Leiden University is, I can sort of leave it behind. It's in good hands. So I was really happy that I got to hire or assist in hiring really enthusiastic, inspiring new colleagues, and that I had the opportunity to step backwards. And that's what I needed. I needed the security that it was going to be all right, because it felt like that they couldn't do without me, which, I didn't mean it arrogantly, but I was so connected to this club, that now the time was right. So I would say my suggestion would be, listen to your heart, My head and my friends had been saying so much, but I had to wait for the right moment, and that was then.
Very common, mostly mothers kind of think that, once the babies comes into the picture, right, once they give birth to the kids, they say it's kind of, I need to compromise on my career. And what do you think? Because in your words, I'm listening that, hey, I'm inspired by my kids, and you're also saying that, on a daily basis, spending time with them is really good. So, I mean, is motherhood is a job by itself that you should spend certain time, or is it something that you can go along, feeling that, yeah, I'm compromising my career because of being of motherhood?
Honestly, it is intense. Juggling all these roles and all these balls that you're trying to keep up. It is hard work. I won't lie. I mean, I've been a mother now for almost 12 years, and life is filled. It is hard work, but at the same time, it's so rewarding. And they're also the reason to wake up with a smile, because they also inspire me to do what I want to do. So yes, I have felt the guilt. I'm lacking at my work, or vice versa. I was at work and I felt I was missing out at home. So yes, I know that feeling extremely well. And at the same time, you also owe it to your children to follow your heart and to follow your dreams, and to sort of make them a part of it. I mean, I have taken them to work sometimes, so they know where my workplace was. And I have actually taken my middle daughter to my photography job sometimes, and that is really fun. So she has seen me doing a photography job, and she would also have a camera around her neck, and she would sort of play with the children and then make everyone really comfortable and at ease. And so I sort of make them part of it as well. Having a partner, in my case, who is extremely supportive, who is stable, who helps me stay sane, who sometimes will say, I think you should take some time off now, or you should go to bed, or why don't you go take a bath? Or so who is also helping me relax sometimes, because I have the tendency to keep going. I'm lucky to having an extremely supportive, stable partner who is also a big help in my life.
So, I mean, what you're saying is involve the kids in what you're actually doing, make them understand your work, and naturally they will find it, or probably they'll understand you in a way why you're busy, because they have already seen you in the office. And having a supportive partner. Yeah, I mean,
yes.
Is it something that comes naturally, or is it something you need to create that space, right? Having that understanding with the partner definitely needs that communication, right? I mean, is there any way that you have been successful in communicating, or is that, like a natural gift which came to you through the partner?
Wow, I wish I could say it was all natural, but no, of course not. And that was the process, absolutely. Honestly, I have felt, I sort of have felt the smaller one in our relationship for the longest time. He had the full-time job, he made bigger money than I did, he had a more, a higher position, so to say. So I would put myself, I put myself in a lower position than him. He wasn't even aware of that, but that's what happened in my head. And through my process of self-development, which I keep doing that, but especially the past years, I've really sort of stepped up. And rather than being unequal, I really now feel we are equal partners, and we take an equal share in our family. We raise the children, in how we spend our spare time. I will sometimes tell him now, why don't you go upstairs, have some time for yourself, because I can see you're tired, rather than him saying that to me, because that's what always used to happen. So yeah, so I really feel that growth that I have learned from all the courses that I did, and I can take it in all the roles that I have. As a mother, I am like a stronger and more calm leader. And as a partner as well, I'm really more equal. And that's what my mission would be in coaching as well, to assist others, to coach others in sort of stepping up, to really owning their space, and to really taking responsibility for their actions, but also for their role, and to not being the smaller one, to really go for equality. And I mean, that has brought me so much. So yes, I've had to learn that totally, 100%. Yeah.
Wow, this is a very, very important point here I'm seeing, Auke. What you are saying is it was your internal belief system which made you feel that you're less, but then you correct that and create a space for yourself, because it is simply your own action that you need to really, correct it in a way where you say that you are equal to, equal member in the family. Yeah, this is really very important.
Yeah.
Let me ask, right? Yeah. How do you do that when you're really younger? Because now the young generation, what I see it is, I mean, either women will say, hey, I'm more than you, and men will say, hey, I'm more than you. I mean, what is your suggestion to such, and then relationships, generally they get broke in no time, just because people are looking into, hey, I'm higher or I'm higher. What is your suggestion to this young generation on how they deal in relationships?
Yeah, good question. I mean, for me personally, it has come with the years. But my first thing would be look for equality. And also, start with friendships. In friendships, that may be an easier place to sort of practice this. In friendships, there has to be a balance in giving and taking. And I'm gonna show this infinity sign, which I drew. So there has to be a balance in giving and taking, and giving and taking. And that is, so please go ahead and practice this in friendships. And then you can go ahead and practice it in a relationship. And of course, you don't need to make notes of it, who's giving and who's taking, but you can feel it. You can feel it in a friendship where you feel there's this balance. And then you gotta ask yourself the question, what's going on? How come this person makes me feel uncomfortable? What does it say about me? I mean, you can always blame others, but the stable factor in everything is the fact that you're around. So what is my role? What's my part? It's really easy to blame others, but look at yourself. Take leadership in your part of anything. Your part in the discussion, your part in the discomfort. What is it you can do? Take ownership, step up, go for equality, and practice. And you can practice every day. I still do. I have these little voices in my head who may still sometimes think, oh, I'm lesser than the other, or I'm better than the other. But how about if we're all equal? What about if you're okay and I'm okay? And we start from there. That is so helpful.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is brilliant actually. In terms of relationships, practicing in the friendship is so easy, because maybe that kind of bonding is a lot more casual in terms of the relationship. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Let me ask, photography for you.
I've been doing it for so long, but I never really understood what it was. And that was, quite recent that people gave me this feedback, what it is that I do when I have this camera in my hand, and what it is that happens with them when I have my camera in my hand. And I'm like, oh, wow. Because I always thought I had to choose between photography or coaching. For the longest time, I thought I really had to make a decision. But now I feel like I can actually combine them, because I bring in myself, and I can truly connect. And that's what I really love. Yeah.
is really a very important combination of connecting both your passion, where you get, connected so deeply, at the same time making that as a career. And then you are such an inspiration because you're able to do this at this age, despite having so many responsibilities, because you created that space and then you became strong to say that, yes, I want to choose, what I love as my career, giving up everything else. So, I mean, I can only say that, this particular aspect of it is very important for the young generation. And I also want to say that, a very, very big thank you for being part of this amazing show and, inspiring the audience here. And do you have any one last advice before we conclude this very, very interesting conversation to the audience?
Yeah, what would I say? Follow you, because you bring in so much inspirational information. So keep following you, and try to really stay true to your heart, because your head may tell you that it's wise to do whatever, but your heart already knows. So put your heart in the driver's seat rather than your head. Your head is useful, and your head may sometimes give you useful information, but put your heart in the driver's seat. And yeah.
Wow. So, audience, this is one of the most important things. Put your heart in the driver's seat and make sure to actually identify all the stuff with the mind, but really make sure the heart is in the driver's seat. I can only say one thing, that, if at all, if you really want to understand a little bit more details, I'm going to leave all the links related to Auke in the description. Go ahead and see her work. And if you want to really go forward and want more help from her, go ahead and contact her. But what I can say is, make sure to follow your passion, put this heart into the driver's seat, and this is the message of this particular conversation. And if you're not yet subscribed, make sure to click the like button and also subscribe and share with every single person out there where it can make a difference in their lives, so that they just move from just following whatever is life is throwing at, instead of that, follow their passion and find their true and deep connection. Otherwise, I would be meeting you on next week with another amazing individual and from some part of the world. But till then, me and Auke says thank you and bye-bye.